Dear students of class 10, this is a lesson. Following points are to be explained. Now I am going to make it. Now you have to concentrate to it because certain points I am going to re-explain once again for your better understanding. The First World War. What is First World War? In my previous class I taught. And what are militant aggressive nationalism? That one also I discussed. Once again I am going to discuss what is aggressive nationalism. What is militant nationalism? Aggressive nationalism or militant nationalism? Now I am going to discuss about it. You know, this was aggressive nationalism was the result of economic exploitation of different countries of the world against each other. You know, the international tension which emerged in Europe during the second half of the 19th century, it gave a birth of a new concept that was aggressive nationalism or militant nationalism. That means each country has hatred for each other. Each country has hatred for each other. Each country had ambition for each country, for ambition for each nation. And it also ended up with an armed conflict amongst all other nations, and then further leading to international tension and problems across the world. This is known as militant nationalism or aggressive nationalism, my dear students. And next point, a race for armament. What is race for armament? A number of countries of Europe started increasing their, military strength. They invested a lot of money for the expenditure, especially for strengthening their military power. They started purchasing a number of weapons from different countries of the world in order to make sure their sovereignty, integrity. This is known as a race for armaments. One country once started doing it, another one started following the footsteps of them. So this mad race for armaments began soon after the French-Prussian War, which led to the First World War, my dear students. There was a great, competition among Britain, Germany, France, and some African countries. There was a great competition among them. It increased armaments in the name of self-defense and preservation of peace. But is it fact? Is it true? It is not true. Because in the name of self-defense, in the name of preservation for peace, they started increasing their armaments. But it is wrong. It is wrong because they actually started strengthening their security in the interest of their integrity and sovereignty. They did not want to be defeated. On the contrary, they wanted to defeat others. That's why they started a race for armament. Another one, there was no place of that term mutual understanding in their dictionaries. Everyone had hatred for each other, negligence for each other. Everyone started showing their military power against each other. That's why there was a race for armaments throughout Europe before the First World War, and it also had become a great cause of the First World War, my dear students. And next point, Division of Europe. Division of Europe. What is division of Europe, my dear students? You know, Europe was divided into two parts. Europe was divided into two parts. How? Because the powerful countries of Europe, they started making their own group. A number of countries formed their own group in the name of security, in the name of ensuring their national integrity. As a result of it, another group also formed their own group. Another group also came forward in order to form their own group. As a result, Europe was divided into two groups or two parts or two halves. In Europe, there were two kinds of states, The first single nation state, like, France, Holland and Germany, which were based on common languages because they had their own common languages. The other one could not, share it because they did not have any knowledge of their languages. They could not speak it. And common traditions they had, the common tradition they did not want to share with others because the other one could not understand how did they share their culture, because it was quite different than that of the cultures of other countries of Europe. And the other kind were the imperial states consisting Austria-Hungarian Empire and the Russian Empire, who spoke different languages also, and different cultural traditions also are there. That's why Europe was divided into two hostile groups, two hostile camps. So this is known as, my dear students, division of Europe. And next one, Sarajevo Crisis. What is Sarajevo Crisis? Sarajevo Crisis was a crisis led to the First World War and is considered as the immediate cause of the First World War. It is considered as the immediate cause of the First World War. What is this? This is Sarajevo Crisis. One of the major causes of the First World War is the Sarajevo Crisis. That means the assassination of the Archduke Francis Ferdinand, the heir to the throne of Austria-Hungary, at Sarajevo, capital of Bosnia, on 28 June 1914. He was assassinated by a 19-year Serbian student. The assassination was planned and carried out by a secret society of the extremist Serbian nationalists called the Black Hand, my dear student, or the Union of Death. They gave death sentence. Their main aim was to get death sentences to those who always went against the interest of them, who always went against them and did not, honor them, did not give them honor, did not give them, honor and a life of peaceful cooperation. Initially, they wanted to lead a peaceful life, but some European countries that did not want to provide, a life full of peace, solidarity. But apart from doing it, some countries, wanted to communicate a message of mutual hatred. Only for that reason, some countries of Europe, they became very much aggressive. But in the case of Sarajevo, it had become a sentimental case for Serbia, because many people belonging to Serbia lived here and there in Europe. They had their own language, Serbian language. That's why all Serbians wanted to be united into a single nation state, Serbia. But Austria was obstructing the way of forming a single nation state, Serbia. But whenever the prince hired to the throne of Austria-Hungary, Francis Ferdinand, came for an official visit to Austria, the Serbian student suddenly attacked him and immediately killed him. Only because the reason the Serbians wanted to take revenge against Austria. As soon as he died, Serbia gave an ultimatum. How many ultimatums? How many? 11 ultimatums. Serbia gave 11 ultimatum to, Austria gave 11 ultimatum to Serbia. Serbia accepted almost all ultimatum except all terms of as a part of the ultimatum of Austria, but the last one Serbia did not want to accept because it was against the national integrity and sovereignty of Serbia. As a result, Austria declared war on Serbia. Russia strongly supported Serbia. Austria was supported by Germany, and it paved the way of the First World War up to this, my dear students. Next day, a few points are there as per the syllabus. I shall teach you up to this. Thank you. As per the reduced syllabus, now I have to teach you unnecessarily some extra points which are there in your book. I don't want to teach you because it is of no use to you. As per the reduced syllabus of the council, I have decided to teach you. Okay, and for semester 1 and for semester 2, as per the syllabus, I shall teach you. Okay, I think in the meantime you will have the syllabus of 2 semesters, semester 1 and semester 2. Up to this, thank you.